Why do we need to moisten the sensor prior to planting? Moistening the sensor starts out the system closed. This prevents initial overwatering during the first fill of the CWI or CWI Classic. Can we use the regular CWI outdoors? Yes, but they must be factory fitted with an overflow drainage adapter to allow excess rainwater out. The CWI Classic already comes with an overflow drainage adapter. Can we use it indoors? Yes. Remove the threaded riser at the base of the CWI Classic and replace it with a 1/2 inch plug. Use Teflon tape to seal the thread. How do I recognize that the system is working?
Typically, the water in the reservoir will have dropped after 2 weeks. The CWI and the CWI Classic will have dry topsoil. Also watch for relative health of the plant for any signs of water stress.
Can I adjust the amount of moisture in the soil?
Yes, by planting the sensor deeper, you can keep the soil relatively dry. Planting the sensor higher will give the soil more moisture.
Are plants that don't use much water or are in very dark locations okay in CWI?
Yes, however, in these situations, it's very important to plant the sensor deeply and not to check the reservoir more often than once per month.
Will the CWI work with plants grown in Hawaiian lava rock? Yes. Just make sure to use fresh soil at the bottom of the CWI and shake off excess lava rock when placing the plant into the container. When placing the sensor, make a space large enough to replace lava rock around the sensor with soil. Pack as much new soil around the sides and sensor as possible. What do we do with systems that aren't functioning the way we would expect?
The most important thing is to keep the plant alive. If the plant looks water stressed and the soil is dry, top water the plant to keep it going. If the topsoil is wet, don't remove the stopper to check the water level. These common sense practices will keep the plant alive until you figure out what's wrong with the system.
The soil seems too wet. What now?
Don't open the stopper. Just make sure it is firmly in the hole. Opening the stopper will break the vacuum and water more. Repack the soil solidly and place the sensor deeply if necessary. Allow the plant to dry out before refilling the reservoir.
You may do all these steps if the CWI Classic waits for more than 24 hours.
The system was working fine, but the plant just stopped drinking and now it looks water stressed. What now?
Remove the stopper and observe the reservoir level. If the water goes down after a minute or two, the system is functioning. Top water to re-moisten the soil mass and replace the stopper. If this happens again after the initial problem, go ahead and change out the sensor. If the water level doesn't drop when the stopper has been removed, the holes at the bottom of the container may be blocked by roots or other impediments. Unfortunately, the plant will have to be removed from the container and the holes at the bottom will have to be opened by hand.